Hi, I'm Natalie from Housethome and I'm here with design guru Kelly Hoppen.
Hi there.
Hi there, thanks for joining us.
That's okay.
So you've predicted trends like Baroque minimalism, iCat and Turkish vintage are going to be hot this year. But what are your favourite trends going into the spring and summer collections?
The minute spring comes, there's something that happens to your body where you go out in the morning with slightly less clothing on and you feel the air on your face. You know, even for people that are not aware of it, if they think about it. So when you go into your home, you want that same feeling of less. And so that's why I always say, you know, change your curtains and put something that's more linen or see-through, or take down the curtains. You know, you want more light, and you want fabrics that are more comfortable on skin because you're not covered up in sweaters and things.
And how could house-to-home users easily recreate these looks for spring and summer?
You know, you can easily get linen cushions anywhere in London, and I think that you'll find that all the ICATs will be in all the high street stores and things. It's always better to have something in your mind, and that's why I always say to people, you know, do a bit of a look board and see what the look is that you want.
So I was interested to see that you've recently done some interiors for a luxury yacht brand.
You know, the interesting thing about yachts is that you're very constrained in space. So you're using every single aspect of the boat for storage, underneath your feet, underneath furniture. The only difference really is that everything has to be screwed down.
Just going back to our users, so what would be your top tips for decorating in a small space?
Don't go for pattern and things because that will make you go a bit insane. So when you're in a small space, it should be quite calm and neutral colours, but really it's more the shapes that are going to create the excitement in the room.
Okay, so just a few quick-fire questions now. So what would be your one desert island home accessory?
I mean, even though it's on an island, I'd probably take my bed linen. I like to sleep on something soft, so I'd take my my lovely 800 thread count sheets.
Wow, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there haven't been any recently, but have you ever had a decorating disaster?
I was thinking about that. I think the only disaster I ever had was not measuring how to get a bed up in a Muse house.
What was the last item that you bought for your home?
Vases. I use Absolute Flowers and they do all my sort of flowers. It's the one thing that I have for me done in my home, and that's who I was actually talking to earlier, and so we were just coming up with a new concept, and so she's going to paint some massive vases taupe for me, so I'm very excited. Yeah.
That's amazing. And just finally, paint or wallpaper?
It's a tough one, both. I mean, I love texture, so I do love wallpaper, and I do use wallpaper a lot. I tend to use it on one wall rather than a whole space, unless it's like a cloakroom or something. But paint is fantastic because, you know, to get that chalky paint, I have a paint out called Cacao, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's really chalky, sort of dark taupe grey, and every time I use it I just love it. But again, I would just do one wall, so you don't really have to go to huge amounts of expense. So these things are quite useful to people if they just want to have a bit of a change. It's like buying clothes, new pair of shoes, you know, it changes the outfit. So I always look at everything in the home like clothes. I wonder why.
Well, okay, that's great. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, thank you.